Your organization has been selected to be a project that George Washington University's project management capstone course will be working with. Why do you think a school of business should be working with an organization such as your own?
Gosh, people are going to hate me for this, but I'll give it to you real. Most non-profit companies or NGOs are inefficient. They're manned, equipped with good intentions. And we know what good intentions are. What's that thing? Hell, the road to hell is paved by good intentions or whatever it is. And unfortunately, you get a lot of people who want to help, but somehow their skill level or their organizational level doesn't meet it. So what we try to do is, instead of having these half-built buildings throughout Africa, let's finish them. And the only way you can finish it is by having a process, by having resources like a construction crew who will, by the way, we build the same school for everybody. Doesn't matter whether it's a middle school or a secondary school, they get the same space. They just put on a different label. So it's the same thing. So we save on costs. So everything is clinical in the sense of costs, design, equipment, focused, 6 weeks, transport, logistics, it's all done. And it's all done from a business perspective in the sense that the rules are business or the rules are efficiency, maybe business is the wrong word, but efficiency, and that you get what you want through planning and organization. You do not get what you want by good wishes and love and good feelings. But the trick for us is you've got to have the love and the good feelings, which is the sea that the thing floats on. Otherwise, it goes nowhere. It's not a business in the sense nobody makes any profit. I'll give you the numbers. It costs $70,000 to build a school, and they get a school, and they get toilets, and they get electricity, and they get computers and printers for that. The only people who get paid are the construction workers and the people who supply the material. Nobody else gets paid. I don't get paid. All the people who work with me do not get paid. Our filmmakers do not get paid. The first 3 movies we made, everybody paid for their own expenses to go out to Africa. And that including airfares and hotels and what have you. The first lot of equipment we have, I hope we're not on camera here, but the first lot of equipment we had, we borrowed it from a university and shot our first film. And when somebody asked the question, well, how much did your film cost? We were too embarrassed that it cost $100 for tape. Nothing else, because everything was borrowed and used by other people. But we've since graduated. So running it like a business, I think, is the wrong focus. Running it efficiently is the right focus, because through organization and planning, you get results. And it doesn't matter what that organization and planning is for. Is it for profit? Is it for efficiency? Is it for results? It doesn't matter, as long as the structure itself is efficient. 3 critical questions we had to solve. How do we get strangers to give us money? All right, through media. How do we decide how schools are built? And how do we build them? They're the only 3 questions. Everything else hangs on all of those. So we had to solve those three questions, and we started ideas and brainstorming, and it took us 10 months of doing nothing but whiteboarding, arguing and fighting among ourselves. I have no more friends left, by the way. That's because I ask too much money and I fight with them. But we spent 10 months planning, and the 10 months planning was the greatest thing we ever did, because it put the structure in place. And all we had to do then was vary the plan according to the circumstances. One of the things we were short, and we couldn't afford it, because it was $50,000, was the Jeep. We knew we couldn't get a Jeep. None of us were that rich to maybe make that output. So one donor in Europe, nicest man you'd want to meet, he gives $100,000 to the Red Cross every year. But he never sees the return. The Red Cross is a great organization, but you never see the water, you never see the blankets, you never see the food that are given to people who are hurting and in trouble. So he said, hey, if I build a school, will I be able to see it? And I said, you can put your name on every brick for all I care. You can teach there for all I care. But yes, you will be able to touch it. So we built a school, and we did a 3-minute video of the kids talking to camera saying, this is our new school. It'll be ready in 2 months' time. We're going to be starting school, and our first lessons are going to be this and this, and we already have 4 teachers, and we're all excited. But we're not going to open the school till you come out and open it. That kind of 3 minutes. So we sent it to him, and I sent it to his wife, by the way. And I said, by the way, did you know your husband has 300 kids in Africa? Of course. So I think within 4 days, they both phoned me and said, this was the greatest thing ever, because they could physically touch it and see it. So he said, I'd like to build another school. And I said, no, I don't want you to build another school. But for not $1 more, if you can do something for me that will double our output. He says, what else? You're the biggest Toyota dealer in Europe. I want the Jeep. 6 weeks later, we got a brand new Jeep delivered to us. It's that kind of victories are just great. That Jeep, by the way, is an ambulance. It's a construction truck. It's a safari truck. It brings pregnant women to hospital, people with broken arms and legs. We even had a baby giraffe. We had to open the thing because his head was sticking out. And the greatest thing of all is we were expanding, and we were in Uganda, and Uganda was next to the Sudan. And we made the mistake of just going over the border to look to see whether we could build a couple of schools there. And the People's Liberation Army came and confiscated the Jeep because it had a radio in it, because the radio had a 1,000-mile range on it, and it could aid the rebels or whatever. And we lost the Jeep for 4 months, and we had to go to court to get it out. And we have literally wonderful letters from the Military of Intelligence of the Sudan People's Liberation Army saying, you can have your stupid Jeep back. So we've had our adventures, but this is the crazy side of it. But it's fun, but it's serious fun.
I'm sure that many of our viewers today have been motivated and want to contribute to your organization. How can they do that?
Well, they can go onto our website, it's buildafricaschools.org, and you'll find the donation page. But the donations is not what we're looking for, believe it or not. We're looking for people who kind of want to really help us build the next school. And whatever organization they are, whether they're a youth group, whether they're a high school, whether they're a university, $5 is fine, $20 is fine. It'll buy some books and it'll buy a uniform for kids. $40 gets a desk and stuff like that. But those things do not make changes. Those are accessories to what already exists. I would like them to think that an organization can say, hey, we want to build a school. How do we go about it? So the $40 or the $50 that they want to send, valuable that it is, the real core of the investment is a school. And I'll take the $1, believe me, I will. I'll knock on their door for it if necessary. I'll even collect it by taxi. But the real value is getting to a level of commitment where they understand what we're doing and want to help it. Am I making sense to you?
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much. We appreciate, Mr. Sullivan, your time with us. We appreciate very much the fact that you've offered to be a client for our project management course, and it's a great gift to our university and to our students.
Thank you. It's a great pleasure for me to be here.
Thank you very much.